Welcome back, everyone, to the Insomnia Truesilver Championship. We're onwards to the semifinals. We've got Cursed and Noctis coming up next. We haven't cast Cursed today. I don't know. I don't think. I think we did cast maybe a few minutes of Noctis before things went down. If I'm not mistaken, they have an interesting lineup. Noctis is bringing Hunter, Warrior, Druid, where Cursed has Warrior, Druid, and Shaman. Right.
Yep. And I would love to see that Shaman going first, because I would really love to see it. Even if Curse will not win the semifinal, of course, I'm not saying that he will not win, but I would love to see the Shaman just in the game.
Yeah, one of the things that we were talking about earlier is the Tunnel Trog, right? The 1-mana, 1/3, the kind of the mana worm of shamans, if you will. Their Northshire Cleric. It's supposed to salvage the class, or at least give them some of that early game tempo they desperately need. We came to the conclusion that it should be good, but for some reason, it's not quite impacted the meta yet. And Cursed is running a version of Shaman that from the name alone, we can infer is aggressive, right? And if it's a type of, mech Shaman, then I'd love to see that. Because mech Shaman, I think, was always up there. We saw RDU play it in ATLC a bit too much for his own good, but I think that's the last main appearance of the deck that I've seen. But it's the type of deck that always could come back.
Yeah, that's true, but actually a good point. I don't think I saw aggro Shaman since ATLC, and that was quite some time ago.
Right, it was the last appearance of it in tournament play. From my own understanding and what I have witnessed, that was the end of it. And we see Curse opening here with the Shaman against the Hunter from Noctis.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be a bit tough because it's a very, very lopsided matchup very often. But one of the things that's cool about the matchup is that if the Shaman sticks on the board, nothing the Hunter does can stop it. Like, Unleash doesn't go through Feral Spirits. You have to get a really specific set of circumstances.
Yeah, like explosive trap into Unleash the Hounds with Knife Juggler, an example.
Right.
And turn 1, Trog into turn 2 Lightning Bolt to kill a Knife Juggler. It's a perfect answer to the situation. A quick shot takes out the Trog, which means that there's balance in the force and
in the universe, right? There's justice going on here.
But look at that, Trog turn 4 with Spirit Wolves.
Yeah, that's as good as you're gonna get, and you have a turn 5 Lava Shock to close that very nicely.
Oh wow!
You could even go for Crackle. I think that might be better.
You think so? I mean,
you'll have 4 mana next turn, so you'd have to Lava Shock Feral Spirit, which I think is actually pretty good. Because if you let Leok live, or you trade the Juggler away, then you're opening yourself up to an Unleash. And if you trade the Juggler, then you're missing out on the damage, right?
Okay.
And that on its own is worth quite a bit, I think.
By the way, the Crackle was for free damage.
Yeah, the perfect outcome to not have when you actually need lethal. So get it out of your hand as soon as possible. Oh man, look at that.
Wait.
Command will be used.
Kill
Is this happening?
Juggler, right?
Please. Oh, goodness.
Yep.
And Tunnel Trog. You can use Lava Shock, kill the Leper Gnome, play Feral Spirit, and get a 4/3 Trog.
Oh wow,
Oh
second
my
Feral Spirit.
Right when
I
you
have
think...
to say, Curse is the best Shaman player because he has 2 Tunnel Trogs in the first 6 cards.
Right, he's the best Shaman player I've ever seen play. Right now, Noctis is absolutely not happy about what's going on. He can maybe get a Freezing Trap on one of those minions, but I mean, the Wolf costs 2 baseline, and so you can just replay it afterwards. In this case, what Curse is gonna do is just gonna oh my god. What is this?
This is like the best card after you play the second Spirit Wolves.
There's no way you could find a better follow-up than card draw.
Yes, definitely. If with Overload, that Trog will have 6 attack right now.
Can you imagine that? It's gonna go up to 8 after the Ancestral Knowledge.
Oh my god.
What is going on today?
The Trog is just crazy. The aggro
That's
Trog.
game, right? Is it game? Oh, it could be game off the top. Because you've got 10 damage on board. He's 1 off lethal.
Yes. He will get 1 more Overload, right?
If he finds...
It can be...
Lightning Storm even, man. Lightning Storm lethal, Bolt...
Wolf Rider!
Wow. What? Alright, Noctis just fell down. So here's the cool thing. Noctis is going to get to replay against this Shaman because now his Hunter's out of the way. Curse got a surprise win. I think the surprise factor from this Shaman might be worth a lot in the entire event so far.
Well, his opponent doesn't know he even runs Wolf Riders or Leper Gnomes. He just saw the standard cards for Shaman, which would assume there will be in
Knife Juggler
a
standard?
lineup. Yeah, why not? If you play Spirit Wolves, then you play Knife Juggler, right?
Sure, okay, maybe. I guess,
And you play
guess
Spirit
so.
Wolves because you play Trog.
and then you play Lightning Bolt because you play Trog.
Yes, exactly. So this is something that you assume that you will see that in a Trog Shaman. But will you assume that there's also Leper Gnomes and Wolf Riders? I don't think so.
Well, looks like Noctis is going to be on the coin with an Aspirant opener, so that's going to give him a crazy edge here because it can clean up totems if he wants to. There's no way Curse doesn't play one of these abusives as tempo. It's too dangerous not to. But if the coin Aspirant comes out, he's going to get punished. Oh goodness, the punish is real. He won't have any ramp.
And he will be left with a hero power that will do nothing. It will just damage the Flaming Totem and Doom Hammer. Okay. But
He does pick up a perfect follow-up though.
oh god, it's really perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't get much better than this. Curse needs to find a Lightning Bolt or another Flame Tongue. Flame Tongue number 2 would be godlike. Lightning Bolt as well would do a lot of work. Oh!
But wait, what? How does Lightning Bolt work? You have to roll an Air Power Totem.
Oh, you can use the abusive with the bolt if you want.
Oh, okay.
You lose the totem, granted, but you can curve into your totem golem afterwards.
So you would favor the Abusive Sergeant right now? I
Or
think
the
so, right?
25%.
Nah,
I mean, you need to get rid of that 5-4, right? Because
Oh,
it's
yes,
going to kill your
because-
Flame Tongue otherwise.
exactly.
with hero
So,
power.
seems like your option is the best one. Just to go for the Abusive Sergeant and Flame Totem, which is awful, but you have to do it.
Hey, don't start with the awful. I'm playing Shaman, okay?
Sure, bro.
I take the little wins I can get. Small victory is a victory nonetheless. Alright, and now Noctis doesn't find a follow-up. He just finds a really cool kill on this little guy, but he's going to be able to curve at least into Keeper of the Grove. Curse will have a 3-4 on the board, though, which should be able to challenge the Keeper quite nicely.
The problem is he
sure.
doesn't have a follow-up. Oh wait, he does have a follow-up for 4 mana next turn, which is Knife Juggler into hero power.
Yeah. And he has that option, which lets him maybe kill the 2-4. Doomhammer looks very appealing as well, but it's going to get risky if taunts start falling down on the following turn. So,
Well, the next turn looks like a Trog into Doomhammer, which buffs the Trog to a 3/3 minion. Not bad. Oof.
yeah, that's not good.
But you play Fellriver.
Yeah. But it's still not
Fellriver,
good.
stay on curve, you kill the Knife Juggler. And what's happening? Your opponent can punish you
I
hard.
mean, right now, Noctis has got to be feeling quite good because he's got the Fellriver, the double Fellriver opener, or the follow-up. But the proper play here for Curse is to basically push as much as he can.
Yep.
There's really nothing else to do. Like, if Noctis is forced to use his minions to trade, then like his cards to trade, then so be it. And any card you play past this point means that you're milling the opponent just a little bit further. And now Noctis has got to go for the swipe, which means he's going to take
Swipe
3
here.
more.
But
Yeah,
that's,
he's
that's
gonna take
okay.
3
He's
more.
taking 8 damage, so the only problematic thing that can happen is a Ancestral Knowledge into double Rockbiter weapon, an example.
Honestly, anything is dangerous. You can't afford to take that 3 damage from the Totem Golem. You just can't. Not against Mech Shaman or Aggro Shaman. It's way
Okay.
too risky.
So this is why he used the Force of Nature to clear to basically... Oh my god, he got the Ancestral Knowledge!
Do we bet on the double Rockbiter? Lava Burst? Goodness, this aggro!
Wow,
Just go for
this
that
is
Wolf
7
Rider Leper Gnome.
damage this turn. And
Unbelievable!
burn, six cards will be burned.
I'll say one thing though, very good of Noctis to spot that he couldn't afford taking the damage, because most players don't realize that. They think they can play it like they would against a hunter, let's say, but in this case it's even more dangerous. And with the damage in hand, with that lava burst, he's got 9 set up. And the Leopardome 2 is lethal. So right now Noctis has to armor up, otherwise he's dead.
Well,
He can't play a minion here. And if he won't want to play a minion just to win the race, right?
I think
will
he will
consider-
just go with the. Oh my god, he's going with the weapon. I think he should go with the living root.
Yeah, he's
was
setting up
close.
lethal anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
1 damage needs to be found for Curse. It could be a totem roll. It could be another charge minion. It could be, honestly, it could be a bolt. It could be a rock biter. There's a lot of things.
Lava
Double lava
burst.
burst would do it. Is that
No,
it?
no, it's lava shot.
Whatever, man. It's lava something, and that's gonna be game. Cursed Shaman is taking 2 wins against aggro druid on one hand and a hunter. You know what's funny? Like, because I was talking to Black Wolf, right?
Wait, what? The...
Um,
oh yeah.
Yeah, the fatigue. It was a style point.
Yeah.
Style point win. I was talking to Black Wolf. He showed me a list that was like this before the new expansion, Leaving Explorers, right? And I was like, this deck is missing a good 1-drop that isn't neutral, right? Because right now all we've got are Argent Squires to play with, Leopardomes and everything, and they're good. Don't get me wrong. But there are no Mana Worms. And Shaman needed something like Mana Worm to break through the aggro shell. And they've just picked it up. And I feel like the list that Black Wolf showed me looks pretty much identical to this, barring the fact that it's including some of the newer additions, cutting the Argent Squires, putting in the Tunnel Trogs, and I'm actually really eager to see how it does in a lighter environment. I think it's got to be very unstable, but that's kind of aggro in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Oh god, Fatigue Warrior. That's a very strong deck.
Against the shaman.
Very, very powerful
Yes.
deck. Oh, yeah, you can't burst this damage through. It's... But you have 2 more decks, right? You got 2 more shots at it. So...
What is the best deck against Fatigue Warrior? Druid? Handlock?
Against Fatigue Warrior, wait, no, the Fatigue Warrior runs double bash, double slam, double bouncing blade, double brawl. Like, it's very difficult. If you play just another control deck, you always lose. So you can't really play that. That's a really good question, actually. Paladin seems like it should do okay. Because they don't run much AoE. There's some of them run like a guaranteed thing. Well, Curse could stack a lot of damage from the, like from spells alone, right? With Ancestral Knowledge, it's just a matter of time before he picks up a lot of burst.
He has to put something on board.
Yeah,
That
at least
leper
put
now
this.
just... Yeah. Oh!
It has to be something. Sure, why not? If you pick up a spell damage totem, you have a good reason to start playing spells.
Weapon?
And now, the funny thing
Instead of-
is, in this case, what if Noctis goes for the weapon, what this does is that I was gonna say it gives a good reason for Curse to just go face and play minions where he otherwise would never be able to get the damage in. But now Lava Burst Bolt kills the Deathlord, and if something like Arcane Golem comes out, or hell, another Wolf Rider, or just a big minion.
Alakir?
Sure, why not? I doubt it's in the deck, but sure.
Would you play Alakir in this deck? Probably not, right? You're not
No, I
planning
don't
on
think so.
playing that long.
Yeah, I don't think so. Now the question
Let's
is, does
see.
the Trog, if the Trog comes out, does it get the buff from Lightning Bolt?
Most likely not.
Yeah, but
Oh.
Hearthstone.
Okay, this should be a close topic. Really fast.
Oh yeah, you never know. You never know. Lava Shock into Wolf Rider.
He's not going
Okay,
for
we're
that.
looking at a lot of damage from the Crackles though.
But your opponent is at 24.
Okay, that's game. Never mind. It's okay. Hey, I thought there was maybe like a slim chance that Curse could pull it off, but now with the second Deathlord, I think it was tough, but with the Belcher, it's not tough, it's over. He needed a Flame Tongue Totem in this exact spot to do anything. Which, by the way, I'm surprised Noctis didn't opt to clear the board, considering Flame Tongue was a possibility.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. But maybe one Flame Tongue is not that big of a deal when there's only 2 minions against a Deathlord, right?
So if you play here, you have to put it on the far left where the leper gnome was to make sure the flame tongue enables the healing if it comes out.
Now let's see.
It's
He needs
very,
something
very-
big. That's not bad.
It's big because it dies to the war axe, but that's all it's good for. It's dying. Wow, that was really depressing.
Yeah, it was.
Noctis with the truth bomb. All you're good for is dying, totem golem.
Would you execute the golem? The totem? Before it heals.
Ah, that's good. You can lava burst. I mean, you can. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I say good. What I mean is, you can kill this thing, and you'll have
You can
2 mana
assess
left
knowledge
over,
first.
and then lava shock and then burst. Yeah, I like that. But you can't lava shock this thing without doing much. You'd
So
have to be on
basically,
7
the outcome
mana
is
to
the
go for the
same.
burst.
Basically, the outcome is the same. So you can go first lava, then
Well, the outcome
lava
is
shock,
yeah, exactly.
and then assess knowledge.
Well, you have to do it in that exact order, right? Otherwise, you can't play the knowledge.
Rogue
It
biter.
does have, I mean, you know,
and-
one thing we haven't touched on is the fact that Doomhammer in this deck is actually a carry. If he picks up a Doomhammer, he might just win. It sounds
That's-
ridiculous, right? That's totally like double. You go double Wolf Rider here to face, or you know, you go Wolf Rider with the abusive with the totem.
You know what's
That
funny?
might be enough to win.
The executes are useless.
Yeah, against that deck, they're already difficult to even pull off. Now it's even worse. Eesh, that's rough.
You killed the 2-1 with the Gromash. The Gromash is really a plebs punisher here.
A plebs Punisher?
Yeah. He just kills the small dudes.
Wow. Alright, that's the first time I heard him being referred to as a plebs Punisher, but I like it.
F shot.
He's
That
got
doesn't help
the-
at all. I mean, it will help if there will be another Belcher. So
too late
let's
now.
assume there will be Doomhammer next turn. Doomhammer. Oh, never mind.
Doomhammer with Rockbiter is 10 damage, but
Yeah,
it's
what your
still not
opponent's
enough
at
to go through everything.
26. I don't think that matters at all.
You're looking for Ancestral Knowledge number 2, maybe? Yeah, that's really useless. But you can kill the Loatheb or Disenrage the Grom.
Disenraging the Grom has better results than killing the Loatheb.
Yeah,
Because
long term for sure. But you have to kill. Whoa. Isn't Rockbiter worth a bit more?
Nah, I think you should have saved that for Wind Fury. But I mean, the game is over. Let's just not kid ourselves here.
Honestly, the game started and it looked over, but for some reason, Noctis almost. I feel like Cursed almost made it back. There was a point after that Grom where if it wasn't for. I mean, after the second Death Lord, if it wasn't for the Belcher, I think there was a good chance that Curse could take it. The Belcher really sealed it, though. That was the biggest issue.
Yep. And now, even though he has a huge board, wow.
Yeah, you can Alex yourself for BM.
Well, that's it. Cures has to just give up the game. There's no, you will not get any informations from that. Or he's just, you know, playing it fair.
Showing all the cards, because why not? So Curse did get a good run with the Shaman, though, and now he's got 2 chances of beating the Warrior with this, right? So one of the cool things is the Shaman, even though it did lose a game in the end, it doesn't really matter, because it took out 2 decks on its own.
Yes.
And now you know this is Fatigue Warrior, you've seen the Death Lord, you have a great idea of what this is, and as a result of that, you can queue what you think is best. And just based on that, I think like the knowledge you gain from that third game is worth like a lot, because otherwise you go in blind against Fatigue Warrior. If you think it's control, you don't know enough, right? You don't know remotely enough if you think it's control. Fatigue is a very specific subset of Warrior whereby you play control, but you just try to drag the game on even longer than control.
Yeah, that's very true, and I can agree more. specific when you say about fatigue decks. I don't think it's like even enough to say about this deck. Fatigue
Yeah.
decks are unique.
There's no way to build them. Like, there's no way to build a deck that does what Fatigue does unless you really go all in. It's the purest form of control, right? The
Yeah.
purest form of control deck. There
Because
is
you
no win condition that just suddenly blows you out of the game. They will include, in many cases, Alex Straza, Grom, or some win cons, but it's not the purpose.
And the best thing is when you build a fatigue deck, the first question you have to ask yourself is, okay, what will I take into my deck? What will be the 30 cards in my deck that will outlast my opponent's 30 cards?
Right. What are the best choices for these things?
Yeah, because that's the whole strategy. You just want to see your opponent playing his full deck and not winning the game.
Yeah, and I see one of the things that Noctis is playing in his Fatigue Warrior is one thing that we don't see every time. It's the Grom Alex Straza. Like, including Grom and Alex Straza in Fatigue Warrior isn't always a thing. It's a win condition, and what's better is because when you have Gorehowl, which is a staple of Fatigue Warrior, you can use Alex Straza on 9, and then as a follow-up on 10, you play Gorehowl, attack the face with Alex and Gorehowl. That's 15. It's a very old trick, but it's one that still works. So the re-inclusion of Alex and Grom in Fatigue is something I think we'll see maybe more as people experiment. But everybody was hyped for Fatigue decks with the advent of Bran. I just don't know how much it really fits in Warrior. Juggernaut with Bran is 20 damage lying in their deck. If you play Shield Maiden, that's an extra 10 health.
But the problem with the Juggernaut is the fact that it doesn't do anything for the strategy of the deck, right? There's just no reason to play it right now, in my opinion, even with Bran.
Right, because you can just win normally with Justicar Trueheart.
Yeah, or you just, instead of Juggernaut, you just play Gromash.
Yeah, which is exactly what most people do in their new decks. Like, it's getting re-included. It wasn't a staple, but with the advent of the new expansions, it feels like Fatigue is migrating back towards the Gorehowl, Alex, Grom trinity.
I agree.
So I like this here from Cursed. He's actually playing the Drake immediately, knowing that there's no Death Bite here. It's not possible.
There's no good answer to that. I guess you just have to play the Death Lord, but the problem is Druid has so much value in his minions. The only
What
bad...
about Wrath, right? If Wrath hits, you're so far behind.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. Maybe it's just better to wait. Especially that the
It's
only
risky
drop
either way. Yeah.
the only drop from the Death Lord that would actually be good for the Warrior is the
Aspirant?
Darkness Aspirant. Yes, Aspirant.
Yeah.
Aspirant.
You remove them in Mana Crystal.
And that works.
You bring up a good point, though, because the Death Lord with 2 Aspirants left in the deck, if you didn't see one yet, he probably doesn't have one, which means it's probably in his deck. Which means if you're gonna hope to get that Aspirant out, this is the best time you're gonna get to do so. That's a really interesting point. I hadn't really considered it.
No, it's not worth it.
Is it that low of a likelihood?
Yeah, I think so. Like it's the beginning of the game. Your opponent did on draw like 7 cards maximum, and
It's like in the 20%, right? It's gotta be somewhere in the 20-25. Yeah, but it's 20-25 to really race ahead.
So I would say it's not worth it.
It's like those boom bots. Hail Mary! When you go face for 4.
But I think it's worth it to attack and swipe here.
Sure.
Or
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Druid of the Claw.
If you charge the
instead of
Druid of the
swipe-
Claw, you're giving him Slam, you're giving him Bash.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
That's the only problem I see with this. Is that you're giving him Executes, Bash, Slam, like every piece of removal in the world is now usable. Where it wasn't. And even if you got a 5/5 Ancient of Lore, it still dies to the Death Bite. I mean, right now, Noctis has got a really clean turn. It's pretty straightforward what you've got to do.
The Druid of the Claw, that's a really rare sight to behold, to see a 4/4 Druid of the Claw with his basic art.
Yeah, it only comes out of Death Lords and Effigy,
And Mind
and I
Games.
forget what else. Mind Games, yeah, as well. It's kind of rare. So apparently Noctis is not afraid of the other minion coming out from the Death Lord. He thinks the Gore Howl on 7 will deal with it, and he's right. It will deal with pretty much anything, and if it's Dr. Boom, you can always use the BGH. So he's in a great spot, and we'll see whether or not Cursed opts for the Savage Roar. I would be surprised if he decided to go for something like that. Right now, the Death Lord's a really big roadblock.
Mm-hmm. They're like
How do you even deal with this?
the wall from MTG. It's like so annoying to play against.
Yeah, wall decks. Blue-white wall. You literally can't go through. They're flying. They take 0 damage, and they block everything.
Second Death Sprite, but I guess... Would you go for the Gore Hole?
Yeah, might as well get it as early as possible. What's cool about it too is that if you Alex next turn, you got a lot of damage going on. I mean, set up already, like over the next 2 turns.
Okay.
So it's mostly to deter the opponent from playing anything. Now he knows you can kill everything. So because you know that he knows that, you have to take that information into consideration and try to figure out what he's trying to put together, right? Like what play is he trying to put together? And right now, Curse is going to be getting 3 minions on the board, set up for a double Savage Roar if he wants it.
But this allows
That
to
is
clear
scary.
2 minions. Wait.
Still, he's down to 20, man. He's down to 20.
20 and 2 Savage Roars with a... He saw 2 Druid of the Claws, so there's no charge. So he can only see a combo right now, and a combo deals 18 damage. He'll be on 2. And then he has Alexstrasza, so I guess that's okay.
Right, he can always come back. And if this Grom doesn't die and it doesn't get killed, you win next turn. By just Alexstraszaing face. So there's also that upside to take into consideration. Alright.
Well, that's close.
Little
short on mana.
Yep. BGH with a Shredder is definitely correct. I mean, it's hard to not get a good double combo turn coming right up. I don't think if Noctis ends up clearing this, it's gonna have to be a brawl play or some kind of crazy Shredder Hail Mary, because it's looking very solid for Curse right now. Revenge, you could pop the Shredder, get yourself to 12, Revenge, then play the Shield Maiden.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a full clear.
But he's... yeah. Well, that's a crazy... That's actually the first time I see Revenge having an impact in competitive games.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, that's the first time I see that.
You're right, in competitive play, I don't think I've ever seen a 3 damage AoE. I see it on ladder all the time, but not in a tournament. Alright, so Noctis again has the, he's got the BGH, he can deal with the boom boss, he's got Alex to reset his health total if he needs to, which he might very soon, depending on how things go. Do you ever just attack Dr. Boom, execute it, then Alex yourself? Or is the BGH too good to pass?
But you're dead to combo.
No, you restore it for 6, right? Like you can even pop one of the boom bots before you do that.
I've got the beast in my
Too many weapons. Too many weapons. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's the reason Gorehowl was cut from a lot of... I remember it was a staple in Warrior, but it got removed as people realized that they were ending up weapon clogged a lot more often than they felt comfortable with. Uh-oh.
Well, double ones and bombs.
Perfect. If it hits for 3, he thought he was dead to combo. In this case, though, he's alright. He's on 16. And with a total of 13 on board, Alexstrasza is near lethal when he attacks his opponent next. Could Cursed... Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, could Cursed make a comeback? This is definitely one of the ways. You draw yourself... Actually...
I think you should go for draw and
And
kill
then...
with
You kill the...
roots
living
and
roots?
heal power. Because that allows you basically what it does, you saw the revenge, so there's no more AoEs, right? And your opponent has to get Taskmaster to have a clean trade with the Big Game Hunter. Otherwise, he's being pushed to use the weapon for that.
So what do you use Living Roost and Hero Power to kill
Yes.
the Shield Maiden and then force him to either use his weapon or a 4 damage plus execute, which is absolutely horrendous, or Cruel Task.
Exactly.
I
I
see.
would love to see that.
Yeah,
He's
it
going
seems
for-
like a very logical play. I like it. Noctis will, however, have the option of attacking with the BGH and then attacking face and replacing the weapon if he wants to, but that means he's left with no board.
That's a good draw. I mean, this is a
Yeah.
turn when you play Bash Execute, I think, because you would like
It
to
looks
save.
good.
You would like to save that Big Game Hunter on board, and you might think, and you definitely attack with the weapon, even though you know that you have Alexstrasza in your hand. Because next turn you can go, you can choose the type of course of action, which would be attack with the weapon, get the whirlwind effect out, execute something, play Alexstrasza.
So in this case, you have to replace. I mean, you have to use your BGH to trade, right?
But no, I think you might just
So you use your weapon then.
use a weapon. Yes, I changed my mind during the sentence.
All right, well that means Curse, if he picks up an Innervate, ends up taking the game. He's got the double combo already set up. He's looking for Innervate. Oof. All right.
Okay, he's using the minion. Sure.
Still loses to the double combo, but I guess he's taking his best chances. That's a Wrath. That is not the Innervate he was looking for. And now, that means that the Death Bite will kill the Lotheb. The problem is that the Alexstrasza simply won't do very much, because it will not affect the armor he's at. You could also attack face, as you said, execute, and then Alex yourself.
No,
And
no,
that
no,
way
you
you're
can't.
23.
You can't execute because it's for 6 mana now.
Oh wow, you're right, never mind.
So in this situation, it all depends on the draw. What could have been?
I'd cycle
better
my
with
Wrath here.
Strasza?
I'd cycle my Wrath.
It will die anyway,
I
right?
mean, yeah, I mean, I'll just cycle my Wrath in this case. Or swipe face, pick one, I don't care, but I don't...
I think swipe would have been better. Swipe would have been better because you deal 4 damage that will not affect the armor from the attack. So Alexstrasza
Wow.
doesn't make a difference.
How relieved is Noctis to see Lotheb right now?
Yeah. That's true. But still, that allows Cursed to build a board with a minion. Does this affect?
Yeah, it makes Noctis not want to pop the Shredder with the axe is what it does. And if whatever comes out of this is stealth, somehow, if it's a Gilbin Stalker, a Patient Assassin,
Would you play the slam here? What are the other cards that you're looking for? You would like to get a Belcher.
sure,
That's the
Belcher,
best draw. If you get a Belcher from the slam, I mean,
Shield Maiden, why not?
okay, just the
It's
card.
alright. Mm-hmm, yeah.
But
There's a
if
few,
you,
I think you have about 4 to 5 cards that you like.
okay, but would you execute it afterwards?
I might consider it.
Oh my god, that's the Belcher. I think you execute it, and then you trade with the low tap and just play Belcher and oh, definitely. Now you
That
can use
is-
even your weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter here. That 1-2 does not matter for you. You just simply do not care. Now, Curse has another Keeper of the Grove. No, he's already used both early on. So he's on the verge of simply not finding the lethal, but the double swipe lets him clear up these 2 5 health minions if he wants.
Damn. That
And
actually
then
makes a
use the
huge
Wrath to pop the
difference.
slime. That
Does he
changes
have-
everything. He's got an Innervate left.
You're sure, right?
Double swipe. Yes, 99% sure. Maybe I'm just a clown. But I'm pretty sure he still has that out. I want to be right, just so... Oh! Oh!
Wait, what?
He found the Innervate!
Wait,
but
what?
he didn't kill the Belcher! He cycled the Innervate!
No way.
Because he doesn't need the extra damage. No, he's thinking, I don't need the extra damage next turn. All I need is to get my Innervate.
Wow, that's a smart move. But no! Oh no! That's
Oh
game.
no! That's game.
game.
Oh, the double combo will take the win. Even Shield Maiden still wasn't enough though, because he ended up at 20. Was that enough?
my
It was
God.
enough. That
Oh
would have been
my
enough.
God.
That is 18. He needs exactly 18, and he's gonna have exactly 18.
And Noctis was playing so well around double combo the whole time, and the one turn he actually decided not to play
Not
around
to play
it.
around it.
That was the turn when you actually should. Oh, that's so sad.
Well, Noctis is gonna bail. I don't think the Shield Maiden and the Armor Up saved him, did they? So
Well,
you're
it was
looking at
plus-
5, 6, 7, plus 7 health.
Plus 7, and he got plus 5.
5. So he would have actually been 2 over.
No, wait,
death.
he actually got plus 3.
Yeah, plus 3 and the Armor Up, right?
No, there was
Oh,
an
he didn't
armor
armor
because-
up.
Yeah, that was only
But
plus
Shield
3.
Maiden would have allowed.
He had 12 and 3 armor, so that was 15. And he healed up by 3, so that's 18. And that was exactly Luke of double combo when Shields Maiden will allow him to be at 20 exactly.
It was at
yeah,
15. He would have gotten an extra 8, like an extra 7 health. He would be at 21. And
22.
the slime tanks the 4. So he was actually 3 to 4
virtually
over lethal.
unkillable. Virtually unkillable till the end of the game, I would guess. Wow.
Noctis with the one misplay, right?
Yep, the one misplay.
Well, either way, congratulations to Karis for going through. The Shaman, I think, was an absolute blast to watch, and I'm happy that we saw that. Now, Noctis is going to be relegated to out of the tournament at this point, and Karis will be participating in the finals after this. We'll have another semi-finals match. We'll be taking a quick break, and then we'll be casting that. It's already ongoing, I think, but we'll be setting things up before we come back. So, yeah, stay tuned, guys. Second semi-final coming right up.